So just driving through LA traffic on a Friday evening and decided I'm gonna go live because it's been a while and I don't have a new video ready yet. Um, Impromptu live session, 6 p.m. Friday, August 15th. Yep. And pretty much I'll recap. Yo, hello, Chris. Dude, Kobe all day. That's not even a question. I mean, LeBron's great, whatever, but like, Kobe is Kobe. He's on a different level. But yeah, pretty much after we get a couple more people in here, I'll, talk about my ridiculous trip this week, with which I capped off with the 15-minute crapless session at Bellagio, buying in for 1900 and then cashing out 27.4, I think. So yeah. Atlantic City, where are you headed? Borgata was my home base when I was on the East Coast. Yeah. But back then, I mean, they did say it was like owned by MGM, but it was not connected. So your comps wouldn't transfer between Borgata and the rest of MGM out in Vegas. So how often do I go? I go almost every week. This year, the longest I've gone without a trip is about 10 or 13 days. Yeah, it's pretty sick. This year I said I wasn't gonna go so often. I was shooting for like twice a month, because last year I went 70 times, and that's without any overnight staying. Those are 70 distinct individual trips involving 70 round trips on an airplane. My day job is paper pushing. Yeah, so I should concentrate more on my day job, because it pays a lot more than gambling does, because I'm net negative even with the occasional big wins. So you can't gamble for a living unless if you're a card counter or a professional poker player. So I do not live in the San Gabriel Valley. I live close to LAX. I'm in the South Bay area. That's why I go. It's so easy for me. I just drive into LAX, park inside, and then walk up as the plane is boarding, and then off we go. I pretty much time it so I don't spend any time waiting in the airport, and then I can get going. So yeah. I mean, if I had a longer drive to the airport, or if I had to spend a lot of time waiting, then it wouldn't make sense to do day trips. All right, Chris, you go every month. Maybe one of these days our trips will overlap. I mean, even every month is pretty, big deal. I don't know how long you go for. S Money, you're headed to the Borgata. Yeah, dude. Borgata, I mean, it's been a long time since I've been there, but yeah, it's been more than 10 years, but I would love to go visit again. Am I gonna play with Bluff and Bubble Craps Greg next month? I mean, oh, hey, Wes. I mean, if the timing matches. Yeah. West Side, 310, yeah, 310 area code. That's where I live. Hey, Mark, Mad Hatter, hello. I was actually in the middle of editing the rest of the video where you joined me at the table, Mark, but I'm behind, so I don't know when I'll get that. I'll probably have it ready by tomorrow. Hey, Kai. How's the VDT? Missing your craps rolls. What happened with El Cortez and allow you to... No, El Cortez is not happening. I've explained this many times. Rio Strat, yeah, I mean, Rio, they're hurting for business. They practically just let anybody just walk in and record, because they want any kind of um, you know, exposure and any kind of business. And they got me, I recorded there like 3 times and I lost every single time. So yeah, it worked. Strat, yes, I can record there. I played, when was that? I think it was August 5th. I played the tub for the first time. But it was way too crowded. I would love to go back and try it either solo or with one other person. Yeah, I'll get that GBR video ready and then I'll get it out either really late tonight or probably early tomorrow. Releasing a video in the middle of the night, West Coast time, like you don't get a lot of views in the beginning, and then like YouTube, it's annoying, if your video gets a lot of views early, like it helps it keep going or something like that. So that's why people time it and release it at certain hours, to try to get as many eyes as possible. Have you found an Indian casino to throw bones? I hate the cards. Well, I've never played. Okay, one time they had a craps table set up at Hollywood Park Casino here, in outskirts of LA in Inglewood. It's close to LAX. They had the craps table, so I was like, oh, okay. Actually, did I ever play there? I know I played it at I think I played at Pachanga once, but they didn't even have dice back then. They just had decks of cards and they just flipped 2 cards over, and it was the dumbest thing ever. Like, the whole point of craps is that your roll, each individual roll has the same chances of rolling, every number. But when you have just 2 decks of cards preset, it's now baccarat, right? Every result of every roll is predetermined. So I never played it again. Even after they added the dice, I just never did. But I do want to talk to some of the guys in the Craps Nation, and I would love to talk to someone like Ed, Roll to Win Ed, and Tenton, and a couple of other guys about this. I have like an idea when it comes to card craps, California style craps with the dice, but where you have to match with the cards. What do I think of Sean Perry? I don't think anything of him. He just blindly plays. I mean, Ed just did a review of one of his videos. Yeah, I mean, he's not a craps player. He's a gambler, but he's not a craps player. So, Alex ATO, what's good, VDT? How you feel about the craps table at the Westgate? I've never been. I don't think I've ever set foot in Westgate. I did email them to see if I can get permission to record and never got any kind of response. So, I'm not going to go out of my way. Wes, Sean Perry's trying hard to get views. Yeah, I mean, he's getting the views because he says 50K, dice rolls, 100K, crap session. Of course, people are going to click. But as as someone who is into craps and the nuances of the game, he's not a craps player. Dice. Hate cars. He's a sports gambler. Yeah, he's a sports gambler. Wasn't he a professional poker player? And then he's the guy that refused to chop the pot in the NFL like survivor pool or something like that when they were down to the last several people. He could have guaranteed himself like at least $1 million, but he said, no, I have an advantage. I'm not going to chop the pot. And then he was the first one out after that week. So, I mean, I get it. It's kind of like when you have a lot, riding on like the ATS bonus with one number to go? Do you hedge if you're on a regular table and it's a number that you can hedge? So by the way, I hedged my ATS bonus for the first time this week. So I only posted the photo from the Bellagio, right, with the shot after I had just completed the all with the 100 on it, which was nice. Pays $15,000. I hit the tall twice around. The first time with the quarter, so it pays $750. Pressed it up to 100, and you can see it in that same photo because I had almost completed tall a second time, needing the 11, and then while we were needing the 11 for the tall to hit for the second time, I completed the all. The last number needed was a ace deuce 3. Hit, I got paid, $750 for the small, and then $15,000 for the all. Pressed the small up to 100. I hit that 11 eventually, so the 100 pays 3,000, and I pressed the tall up to 500, which is the max at MGM properties. So like Bellagio, Aria, Mandalay Bay, they'll take 500 on the small and tall, 100 on the all. So that's the highest limit that I know of. Everywhere else, like Venetian, Wynn, who else? Fountain Blue, they'll take 100, 100, 100 as the max. So MGM, I mean, if you're gonna hit it, that's where you want to be. I mean, it was pretty scary putting 500 on the bonus there, and unfortunately, I was on my way to hitting it for the third time around, and potentially hitting all second time around, but didn't get there. But seriously, that session, I mean, I posted about it on my Instagram and YouTube profile and all that. I bought in empty table, crapless. I bought it for 1,900. I think the first roll was a short one. I might have had another come out 7 that wiped the bonus. So then I was down to like, 1,200 in the rack. And then after that, just no turning back. 15 minutes of nonstop rolling by myself. And then I colored up 27 and change. So yeah, much needed that to like really survive, because I was kind of, I've been on a really bad streak where, even when I was up like over 10,000, I decided like I'm gonna go for it, and ended up dumping it back. So I needed to book this win. What's the real scoop on visitors in Vegas? I mean, Vegas is still busy. I hate that everyone is making a video saying, "Is Vegas dead?" Oh, this and that. It's like, if it's on YouTube or any other social media, you gotta take it with a huge grain of salt, because the casinos that I've been going to are still busy. The tables are still busy. It's not packed, right? Although, I've had to go find another table here and there, because, some tables do get packed. Yes, that is a lot for the ATS, but I mean, I hit the tall twice around, and I was free rolling, right? I just got paid 3,000, when I hit that tall for the second time around. So why not, just max it out. And I'm paying for the third round, out of my winnings. So yes, Chad, it only took 15 minutes. I mean, if you really think about it, 15 minutes by yourself on any table, it's a lot of rolls, because I mean, what else is there to do, right? Even paying the ATS, even paying me, 15,000 for the all, it didn't even take a full minute. And after I hit the all, I did turn off my bets, because I had, several hundred on every number pretty much. I had 500 on the 2, I had 500 on the midnight, which I never hit at that level. I did hit the aces with 300 on it, which paid 1,800. Awesome, right? But yeah, I never hit the extremes at 500 level during this session. Yep. Missing the off with an 8. Yep, it happens. It happens. And you know what? Like, I wouldn't lay it if I only had like a quarter on the all. But if I have 100 on the all, I am laying the 6 and 8, no question. Oh, and also I just started talking about the Venetian where I laid the last number needed for the first time ever. And the last number needed was a 4. And normally I wouldn't hedge, right? But I was down a lot, so I needed to kind of guarantee something. And just 2 weeks ago at Cromwell, I posted a couple photos and like a short video clip from the Cromwell. The last number needed was the 10, and I had 100, 100, 100 across on the ATS on that session. And on the small side I needed the 2. On the tall side I needed the 10, and I hit the 2 first. So then I had an opportunity to lay the 10. One of the dealers said, oh man, I will lay the crap out of that 10 right now. And for like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, I did think about it, but I wanted to go for it, right? Like, it's a gamble. I had potentially 18,000 coming to me if I hit the 10. And if I didn't hit it in a couple rolls, I was going to lay it eventually. But